Hi, and welcome to DEPENDAsplaining, the podcast. I am Jan.
Jan? You changed
Jan?
it. Jan?
I gotta have an alter ego. It's my quarantine ego. Alter ego.
I like it. I will be. What should my name be? I don't know. I like Veronica.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah, I'll come up with something. Something will burst out of my brain.
It will, right in the middle of this recording, and you'll be like, "Hey, here it is."
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Welcome to another episode of Dependa COVID.
Yeah, for real.
Here we are. We are still far away from each other, and we're trying to figure out how to record. I mean, I feel like this has been working out so far. I am going stir crazy. I have cabin fever. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me back my freedom.
Yeah, for real. It's been really hard. It's, we're always like, oh, it's okay. We can stay home. It'll be great. And then we're here and it's like 3 weeks later, we're like, okay.
Enough of this.
Over it.
I'm waiting for somebody to debunk 2020. Be like, this is not real. It's like the Momo situation. It's not real. Flat Earth. It's not real. I keep that for my friends.
I don't understand what has happened to us in 2020. Like, it's like 2019 was great, and then we hit a new decade, and all shit went to shit.
For real, it was like, all right, let's start a World War III with Syria. I was like, okay, that had us all in a panic, and then it stopped, and then the universe was like, well, let's burn Australia because everybody loves Australia. Let's burn them, and that didn't work. And then it was like, well, how about we burn the Amazon? Well, maybe that was last year. I don't know. It's been trying to kill us, this universe.
Yeah,
so.
It has. It's annoying.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
So over it. So just to let everybody know, and you, Jen, I already told you, but my son is in the room. He's not feeling well. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of scared shitless right now over it. But he seems to be doing all right. Yeah, monkey? Yeah, he's just shaking his head. I told him to be quiet. And be like, you can't talk to me. You have to sit there. But
he's just sit there and listen.
Yeah, he is kind of showing flu-like symptoms. I'm a little worried about him just because I don't want him to feel sick. But we're just keeping an eye out on him. But I do apologize if he makes noise. And also the other 2 people that live in this house are in this house.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something, Jen.
Yes.
How much do you love your family right now?
I love every bit of them, but right now I'm getting kind of tired. Kind of tired of them.
Right? Because at this point, I feel like it's just fucking Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah. It's fucking Groundhog's Day all over again.
Yeah.
Just every single day, Bill Murray wakes up and it's the same song.
Yeah.
Over and over and never changes.
I lost you on the FaceTime, by the way. I'm just gonna leave it that. I'll just guess what you look like.
I know it's been so long since you've seen my face. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Mine is not very good looking right now.
Oh,
but you know what? It's all right.
We're embracing this quarantine life. That's what I have to say, though. It's very low maintenance, and I'm okay with that.
Absolutely. I actually put on makeup on, not on Easter, the day before. So Easter Eve, I put on makeup, and I was like, why am I even bothering? Why am I doing this? Why?
Right.
And I felt better about myself, though. I was like, okay, well, if I feel better, do I actually project it? Am I looking any better? Who knows? My son complimented me, so that was nice.
You know what? Sometimes you just have to do that. It feels good to put on a little makeup and feel good about yourself.
Yeah. That's exactly what I did. But I hope
uncertain times.
Yeah. I hope everyone's doing well, all our listeners out there, that they're staying somehow busy, because there's only so many times you can scrub the shower walls.
Yeah, for real. Or vacuum your carpet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know.
But yes, I feel like this is Stockholm syndrome, and these people just will not leave, and they're constantly eating all the snacks in the house and using up
Yeah.
the toilet paper. We're running out of toilet paper. I never thought that this would be a problem, but we're running out of toilet paper. I was like, why are we always running low on toilet paper? It's because these people
Yeah.
won't stop toileting.
Yeah. No, they're here all day long. I've ran my dishwasher more than I can even imagine in the last
Oh,
couple weeks.
yeah.
It's been insane. Like, I feel like every other day I'm running it.
Yeah. Same here too. Laundry hasn't been as
Ugh.
bad just because I'm not having to wash like the kids' uniforms for school.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of pajamas and like comfy pants in there.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what has this world come to?
Seriously. I know. I'm like, I just, I need something different in my life.
I know. Yeah. I'll give you something different. Let's have a few giggles for a change.
Okay, I like it.
As much as the meme world out there is providing us with lots of giggles of just everything right now, they
Yes.
crack me up. But let's change the subject because I'm so sick of this COVID-19 and I'm just isolation and quarantine. I'm just sick of it.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
sick
I
of it.
feel like it's the revolving topic always. Anytime I talk to somebody, family, friends, anyone, it's always the subject that comes up either first or some point in the conversation, and
Yeah.
I'm over it. I'm done.
Yay! I know. I'm ready for some freedom.
Yes.
Which is funny because since we've been stationed here in the UK, every single Easter we've had has been raining or just gloomy. So
Yeah.
this past Sunday that we celebrated Easter was so nice.
It
Could
was.
not believe my eyeballs, right? And I was like, it's so sunny and it's so warm, and the kids were having a blast with their eggs. And we made a big. I say we, like Kyle participated. All he did was eat, but I made a big meal. And we just had such a good time. And then in the evening, it started like hailing out of nowhere. And it was like flash floods on our street. I was like, what in the world is happening right
Yeah.
now? It was
That's so
crazy.
crazy. Cause so yeah, Dave left in the evening right when it started to start sprinkling,
Uh huh.
and he went to base because we needed essentials,
Yeah.
meaning wine. We needed wine. So,
Wine. Yes.
and so he left, and then all of a sudden it started to really rain, and it was thundering and lightning, and I was so excited. And then he came home and he was like, gosh, there was so much hail. And I was like, what are
Yeah.
you talking about, hail? We got no hail. And we're literally, what, like
Really?
5 miles from you guys? We
No.
got no hail.
You're like 2 miles.
Not even. I
Yeah.
know.
Maybe a mile and a half.
Right? I know. We got no hail at all. It was crazy.
That's so great because yeah, we got a ton of hail. It was like all over the cars, all over the yard. Yeah, and I was just like, my daughter and I were like glued to the window. We're like, what is happening right now? It was exciting. It was like thunder and
Yes.
lightning. I was like,
Yeah.
yes, bring it on. I told you, I was like, I like extreme weather. I
Yes.
like the thought of
I
it, I
was,
guess.
yeah, I was really excited. I love thunderstorms now. I didn't when I was younger, they scared the crap out of me, but now I do. I really enjoy a good lightning show. And so I was really excited. The kids could care less, but I was super excited.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of alcohol, send some. We're
Yeah.
running low. I'm running low. We have drank almost all our beer, which if you've seen our beer fridge, Jen, you know. But
I'm impressed.
that's a
I'm
task, yeah.
impressed.
We've been
Yeah.
drinking a lot, and the other day I was about to pop a bottle of wine open. I said, "Oh, if I drink this, I don't have a backup for tomorrow." So it's just been sitting there until I can go get another bottle,
Yeah.
just to have a backup. And I was like, I could have drank this last weekend. It would have been
I
fine.
know. It's been like every weekend we go and get like 2 to 3 bottles of wine.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, it'll be great. We just drink like between the two of us, we share a bottle every night on the weekend.
Mhm.
We pretty again on the weekend, just the weekend.
Oh no, we're day
Except
drinkers
for
during the day.
the set for this weekend it ran into was like Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and then Sunday, and then Monday night. And it was just like, oh my god, we have a problem now. Like
Yeah.
this is not okay, but it is okay.
We have a problem too. We don't have any more to drink.
I know.
We're all gonna leave this quarantine about 10 pounds heavier and
Mhm.
alcoholics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and really good cooks. They said the meme says you're either going to be an amazing chef or an alcoholic, and it's like, I will do both of those,
Both.
okay?
Yeah, why can't we be both?
Yeah. We're overachievers over here, okay?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. Anyways, enough of that shit. Let's get back to our dependa lifestyles and military lifestyles and all that shit, even though our significant others are probably not working that much. But I had an idea and I thought it'd be kind of fun, right, Jen? To share.
Yes.
Since all we're doing is watching TV, I was like, oh, I wonder how many celebrities have served in the military. And I was like, let's do it. Let's talk about that. So I think we should cover that today and talk about a few names, famous people that have served in the military. So, yeah.
That sounds great.
So I have a few here and then we'll do some honorable mentions, but I have some deets for them. I have probably the most famous one on here is Elvis Presley.
Mm-hmm.
Elvis Presley was drafted into the U.S. Army back in 1957 during the Korean War. So this is when they're still drafting. He was famous at the time. So everybody was worried about his career not being able to take off after he came back from his stint in the military. But actually, he still recorded music while he was in the military. So he was able to do that. He was stationed in Friedberg, Germany. He did his basic training. Is that what they called it? Like boot camp for the army back then? Basic training, whatever.
Yeah.
Boot
Yeah,
camp.
I think so.
He did it at Fort Hood, so in Texas. So yay. But he was stationed in Friedberg, Germany, and that's where he met his wife, Priscilla, who was 14 at the time.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
He learned karate while he was in the military. I'm not sure what he did. I couldn't find anything of what he did. I think he was like part of an airborne division, maybe? I'm trying to remember. I wrote it down, but I misplaced my notes. And so here we are today. My son's looking at me like I'm banana sandwiches. Anyways, so yeah, he was very charitable while he was in the military, donating his military pay to charity because I mean he was rich already from his career, his musical career, and he did a lot of nice things for like his soldiers, buying like TVs for the base and buying extra uniforms for his fellow soldiers. And he was honorably discharged in 1960 and he continued his musical career, so that was a notable figure in the military.
Nice.
He just wanted to be treated like a regular soldier. He didn't want people to give him extra treatment or special treatment because he was famous. So I thought
Good
that
for
was
him.
Yeah, I know, that was really sweet. I thought hopefully he enjoyed his service.
Good job, Mr. Presley.
Yeah, thank you for your service and your wonderful music and your awesome hair.
And your sweet rockin' hips.
Yeah, that's where he learned karate while he was stationed in Germany. And so he applied it to his music as well.
That's awesome.
I know, pretty interesting, huh?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Rob Riggle. Do you know who that is?
It sounds familiar, but I don't know.
So he's famous, like he makes cameos in movies or like supporting actor. He's a comedian, super funny guy. He was in the movie 21 Jump Street. He was the coach.
Yes.
The track and field coach. Do you remember him?
Yes.
He's super hilarious. He's also in like The Other Guys. He was one of the cops on The Other Guys. But he actually was in the United States Marine Corps Reserve. He joined in 1990. He wanted to be a naval aviation pilot after he earned his pilot license, but he left pilot school, because he wanted to pursue his career in comedy. But he still joined the Marines in 1990, and he was working in public affairs as an officer. In New York. So he served in the Middle East, and he's a recipient of many awards and decorations, too many to name. And after 23 years in the service, in 2013, he retired with the rank of lieutenant colonel. So he served from 1990 till 2013 in the reserves, and he was during this time he was making movies and like being on TV shows and doing comedy specials for the troops as well. So that is something that really stuck out with me because it's like, wow, he was still serving while he was acting in all these, big name movies. And I do remember seeing a few um, interviews with him where he mentioned he's like, I'm still in the reserve, like he was still serving. So that's another mention that I thought was pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Also I have Jimi Hendrix.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix of, the 60s. He was very famous in the 60s for playing guitar and some awesome music. So he had a different situation. He was caught stealing cars. And so he was given the choice to go to prison or serve in the army. So of course he chose the army because he's like, well, I can serve my country or I can serve my time in jail. So he decided to serve his country, and he was assigned to the 101 or 101st 101. Sorry. He was assigned to the 101st Airborne Division, again, after he was given that choice. And he only served a couple of years, but he was discharged for an ankle injury. That's all the info I got on him.
An ankle injury.
He had an ankle injury, yeah.
Interesting there.
Very interesting, yes.
Jimi Hendrix.
I know. And then I have two more. I have Arnold Schwarzenegger, which everybody knows. Everybody in the world knows who he is. And you know how much I love that man. I wish he could be president. He served in the Austrian army. So I know it's not the United States Army, obviously, but it's okay. He still served. It was required back then that he served. And he actually served some time in prison because during his stint in the Austrian army in 1965, he left for a couple weeks to join the Junior Mr. Europe, the bodybuilding competition. For 1 week, sorry. He left for 1 week, and then so he had to serve some time in prison because he went AWOL, basically.
Jeez, Mr. Schwarzenegger.
I know. He's like, he wanted to, become a bodybuilder, and so he was serving his country, but also following his dream.
That's good.
Yeah. And then my last one is actually a really cool one. Jackie Robinson, who was a famous baseball player.
Yes.
In the 40s. So he was actually drafted in the U.S. Army in 1942 in the segregated army. So it was still back then where, people were segregating. So he was in the cavalry unit in Fort Riley, Kansas. He was honorably discharged in 1944. There's a really cool story behind it. I'll just give you a brief recap on it, but if anybody has the time to really read into it, it's really interesting. He was an officer. He became an officer after they allowed blacks to be able to commission. He commissioned, and he was doing something in the hospital, and he was waiting for a bus who was a army commissioned bus. It was unsegregated, the bus, so he could sit anywhere he damn well wanted. But the bus driver told him to move to the back, and he said no. And so some confrontation occurred. The police was called, and he was court-martialed.
Oh.
Yeah, he was court-martialed, which is so ridiculous. But because he was like, why am I, being questioned about all of this? And yeah, so he was honorably discharged in 1944.
Wow.
But he also served. So thank you, Mr. Jackie Robinson, for.
Oh, seriously.
Yeah. So yeah, that's who I have that I thought were really cool mentions. And yeah.
I like those. Those were great. Especially your detail on some of them are really good to know. I didn't quite go deep into that on my people that I had found.
That's okay. It's fun.
But I just at least I got the gist of some things. So going off your he's not a baseball legend, but he was trying to be in the major leagues, is MC Hammer.
Oh, MC Hammer. Yes.
Yeah, he served in the U.S. Navy for 3 years after he didn't make the final cut for the San Francisco Giants tryout.
Woo! Go Giants!
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I wanted to
Yeah.
skip to that one real quick so I could go along with the baseball theme, I guess. I don't know.
Is he from California? Is he from San Francisco that he wanted to play for the Giants?
I'm pretty sure I read that, but now I don't remember because I didn't write it down. But I'm
Oh,
pretty sure he was somewhere there.
somewhere in the area.
Yeah.
The vicinity.
You
I'll
know
have to
that
look it
stuff.
up because I like the Giants. So
Yes. I thought that was fascinating. I was like, wow, I didn't know. Like, who would have thought MC Hammer wanted to be a baseball star?
yeah.
So, so some others I have that are you will recognize is B. Arthur
Of the famed Golden Girls?
Yes, from the Golden Girls. So it was a short time. It was just from 1943 to 1945. She enlisted in the Women's Reserve in the Marines. And I just wanted to look up, I didn't know that they had a women's reserve at the time, so I looked up what it was. And so a little fun fact is the U.S. Marine Corps Women's Reserve was made during World War II. It was made as a women's branch off of the Marine Corps Reserve, authorized by Congress and signed into law by President Franklin D. Roosevelt on 30 July 1942. The members of the reserve could be commissioned or enlisted in ranks and ratings equal to the regular Marine Corps, and effective for the duration of the war plus 6 months. So it was only for the war that they needed it, and then they had the additional 6 months at the end. And just the purpose of it was to release the officers and men for combat and then replace them with women who were already here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was kind of fascinating. I was like, oh, wow, I didn't even know. I didn't even really think about that before.
Yeah. I did know that she had joined, and when asked why she joined, and she said because I could. Like, because they allowed women now. So, yeah. Yep. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
I thought that was fascinating. So, yeah.
Arthur. Yeah.
That was great.
So I was thinking of MC Hammer again, and I was like, I wonder if he was trying to, like, steal bases and be like, can't touch this. You know, trying to, like, go from, like, first base to second base, trying to steal bases, be like, can't touch this. And then that's where it came, because he was, like, doing his crab walk. Sideways crab walk.
He was doing his crab walk from one base to another, trying to steal base.
My son's over here shaking his head.
Can you just picture it?
Yeah. Can't touch this.
Exactly. So another one, he had a very short stint in the military, was Adam Driver. He's most known for his role in HBO's series Girls.
Okay.
And then he's also Kylo Ren in Star Wars, which we've been watching a lot of.
Right.
He joined the Marine Corps following 9/11, but it was cut short. So I think he served just 1 year. Due to a mountain bike accident.
He was also in that movie most recently with Scarlett Johansson.
Yes,
the
that
marriage one. Is that what it's called? Marriage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really. It's like a very indie movie, but it was interesting, weird, but it's strange, but good, but weird.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I guess I'll have to watch it.
It's good. I think it's worth a watch. It's such a typical, like, one of those indie movies though too, because it ends and you're just like, wait, I need closure.
Yeah,
but there's no closure. Next one I have is Clint Eastwood.
Oh my Lanta, wasn't he a snack when he was younger?
Yeah, for real.
Have you seen his son?
A few times, just looking at pictures of him.
He's a hottie, McHotterton.
I'm not surprised. So
yeah,
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
So he was drafted into the Army during the Korean War. His years of this is what I found on the online. I got my information from Wikipedia, Men's Health, and HollywoodReporter.com. So
okay,
if anything is not right, it's their fault.
I got most of mine on Wikipedia and military something or other. I can't remember. I'm so bad.
Yeah. So we'll see. This is the part that I thought was kind of weird. It said he spent his years of service as a lifeguard stationed at Fort Ord in California.
Oh yeah, so he was a swimming instructor. I do remember reading that. He was like a swim instructor, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense then. His years of service were 1951 to 1953, and he used his GI Bill to attend drama school at the LA City College.
Oh wow, that's awesome!
Got his start in acting. Yeah, I thought that was pretty fascinating.
Okay, cool.
That's how he started.
And look at all that he's done.
I know, right? Everything, all the stuff that Clint Eastwood has accomplished in his life, and not only as an actor, but
as a director
and
now his son. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for your son. Clint Eastwood, thank you for your son.
Yes. For real. All right, so yes, Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. That's what he said.
He enlisted into the Air Force and trained to be a fighter pilot.
Oh.
So his years of service were 1955 to 59. So he found he was only in love with the idea of flying. So he served his 4 years, and then he pursued his real passion, which was acting. And we all know Morgan Freeman for Shawshank Redemption, duh.
For everything. He's in everything.
Just listen to that magical voice and you'll know.
Yeah, yeah. He's such a wonderful actor.
He really is.
I love him in Bruce Almighty.
Oh my God, he's so funny as God.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
That is God, right?
Yeah,
that's who I think God is.
I would hope so, especially with that magical voice of his.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and he's in the Lego movie as
the one with the wizard. The wizard.
Yeah, the wizard guy thingy.
The wizard guy, yeah.
Yeah, the blind guy. Yeah.
Yes.
It's good times too.
Yeah.
So another one. So I may butcher this name, and I will butcher this name. It's a woman.
A woman.
Her name is Zule Hineo.
Let me see if I can.
If you see a picture, you probably would recognize her. She starred in films such as Fighting, Boy Wonder, and Single Moms Club. And there's some others too. I didn't write them down. So she had a very short career, and she joined the Army just after high school, and she just stayed in for 3 years. I thought it was fascinating that right after high school and being a woman, to join the Army of all places too. That's crazy.
I almost did that.
I'm impressed. Like, it's like I never would have survived. First of all, no way.
You would have. You would have been fine.
You're funny.
You would have been fine.
You're funny. The next one, James Earl Jones.
Oh, Mufasa.
Yeah, Mufasa and Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
Yes.
Most notably Mufasa for twice.
Yes. Oh yeah, you'd reckon his voice. Reckon?
I'd reckon his voice anyway.
Here comes Jan. She's coming out.
I reckon.
Quarantine Jan's coming out.
Jan. Jenny on the farm. Jenny from the farm.
Jenny from the farm.
I reckon.
I'll tell you what.
She done collected her chicken eggs from the farm. Yeah, now she can go herd the pig.
You gotta milk them goats too.
Yeah, those goats aren't gonna milk themselves.
I can only imagine what your son is thinking right now.
He's laughing. He's giggling over here. His little chest moving up and down. Do you like that?
Yes.
I talk like a farmer?
Yeah.
My name's Farmer Moo. I live in Whoops-a-Daisy world. Oh no, Miss Piglet done lost her glasses. Sorry, that's a book I read to them.
And there you have it, everyone. Veronica has officially lost her mind. There it is. There it went.
Thanks, COVID! I done fried my brain. Sorry, I'll stop now.
So anyway.
Sorry. Look at that.
Where were we? So that James Earl Jones. Good old Darth Vader, Mufasa.
Yes.
Okay, so he joined the army during the Korean War as well. For 1953 to 1962, he was well on his way to a lifelong career in the army, but he did some self-reflection and decided to leave and start his acting career.
Okay.
That's what he wanted to do.
Okay.
So it's crazy. He was actually going to stay in the army.
Yeah.
But decided not to. All right. Chuck Norris.
What?
Yes. Chuck Norris.
Is
you know
he
what?
even real?
Right, I know. He is. And you know what? The Air Force did this to him. He joined the Air Force after high school in 1958.
Mm-hmm.
While he was stationed in Korea, he was exposed to a world of martial arts.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he was exposed to some, like, gamma ray and he's, like, some celestial being because of that.
I mean, I don't know what they did to him in his martial arts time, but it could be that.
He was an experiment like Captain America.
Probably.
Jen. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's why he's so freakishly crazy with
MK Ultra.
Yeah. Duh. He was the first Western man to earn the 8th degree black belt in Taekwondo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he spent years training actors in martial arts after he left the military in 1962.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he trained a bunch of actors in martial arts for specific roles for them to learn that. He's most known as Walker, Texas Ranger.
Texas Ranger, yeah.
So I thought that was fascinating. It was the military that led him to his martial arts.
Yeah. And now he's like leader of the free world.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Coronavirus is scared of Chuck Norris.
Oh, Jen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He can't catch the coronavirus. Coronavirus catches Chuck Norris.
Exactly.
And punches itself in the face and eradicates itself.
And it says, how dare I even start this pandemic?
Yes, Chuck Norris will eradicate coronavirus. Let it be known, people. We're all going to take his blood and inject it into us. Yeah. It'll be the inoculation against it.
That's our vaccine, and then it will not get to us.
Yes, we will have, it'll be up there with the greatest inoculations there has been. Polio, smallpox, rabies, Chuck Norris. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. I can't wait.
I agree. I agree. This is not a conspiracy theory, guys. This is real life.
This is not a drill, people. This is going to happen. Yeah. It's in the works.
This is what needs to happen, so be ready.
Him and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Come on.
I know, right?
Yeah. Rule the world. Rule the world.
That's what we need. That's what we need in this life.
More Arnold Schwarzenegger and more Chuck Norris. I agree.
Sold. So, I've got another one here. Tom Selleck.
Oh, of the mustache variety.
Yeah.
Okay. Glorious mustache, that man.
Yes. So Tom Selleck received a call to arms during the Vietnam War.
Oh.
So he joined in 1967. He became a sergeant in the California Army National Guard. Okay. And he became the star of their recruitment posters.
Well, I mean, yeah, with that face, why wouldn't he?
Right? Yeah. Yeah. So he served from 1967 to 1973. Okay. He's most known for his roles on Magnum P.I., his role on Friends, and Blue Bloods.
And which one? What else?
Blue Bloods.
Blue Bloods, okay. Yep. I do remember him on Friends when he was Monica's boyfriend.
Yes. And that stash.
Yes, that mustache.
Mm-hmm. You can't forget that.
How could you?
I know. Ice-T.
Oh, I'd love some. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Also, the man Ice-T served in the U.S. Army for 4 years.
Okay.
He saved up with his time in the Army, he was able to save up money and afford some musical equipment to begin his career. Yep.
Okay.
He served from 1979 to 1983.
My gosh, how old is that man then? Never mind.
He's, you know, an angel. He never dies.
Apparently, he looks really young. That's why I'm asking. I feel like
I know, right?
I felt like he was only like in his 40s or something. I don't know. He looks young, but
it's probably that great skincare he can afford now.
I know, right?
Another really famous one, Bob Ross.
Oh, Bob Ross, national treasure.
He's like the only one that I found. I might have found one other, but he's one of the only ones I found who is a celebrity that spent 20 years, so a full career.
Okay.
He was in the Air Force from 1961 to 1981, and he retired as a master sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
He got his ideas for his paintings when he was stationed in Alaska.
Oh, wow. Okay, that explains a lot of his beautiful paintings. They're very picturesque, like landscapey, woodsy looking. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't go into detail of him, what he did, but he was a master sergeant, so that's all that matters.
So,
love you, Bob Ross.
I read about him, and I believe he was like a TI, maybe? Because he said he was the one that was always yelling at the airmen. So like if someone got in trouble too, he would be the one yelling, and he said he just got sick of it. It wasn't for him.
Yes.
So and it's like he's so gentle when he's talking, or when he was talking, excuse me, when he was instructing his paintings, and so he was so gentle. You can never picture him like that.
I couldn't picture him as that at all.
Yeah. Remember a few years ago there was a rumor going around Mr. Rogers had served in the Navy or the Marines or something, and he said he was actually all tatted up. Remember that? I wonder if he did serve in the military. I know none of that's true, like the whole him being tatted up and stuff. I don't know where that rumor came from.
Right.
But I wonder if he actually served in the military.
I don't know. He never came up on any of the searches, but I didn't specifically search for him to see. Mm-hmm. You never know. So there's a lot of people, a lot of celebrities, especially from the older generation, that they had to serve because they went through the draft. They were all drafted, basically. Yes. So that's where a lot of these do come from. Because
they were drafted. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too, so I don't know. Maybe he could have.
No, I don't think he did.
For a short amount of time.
I just looked it up. He didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? He could have if he wanted to, because he's amazing.
He did enough on this earth. He was an angel, and he did enough as it was. So
he did. I agree.
Which I'm dying to see his movie, the one where Tom Hanks plays him. I want to see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me too. All right, I have two more, and that is it.
Okay.
Montel Williams.
Oh, of the Montel Williams show.
Of the Montel Williams show. Yes, he served from 1974 to 1989.
Oh.
He enlisted in the U.S. Marines after high school, and then he got recommended and accepted for the Naval Academy Preparatory School, where he completed 1 year and then got accepted into the U.S. Naval Academy in 1976.
Okay.
He was then honorably discharged from the Marines and enlisted into the Navy as an officer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought that was quite fascinating. I didn't even know he had such a long career, or even any career in the military, but he was in two branches.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either. We all know him from his talk show, so.
Right. And that's kind of where it started from, too, because in there it had said that he was counseling members and families and stuff as he was in the Navy.
Oh, so that's where he got his show then? Like, that was part of it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And last one is another female. To me, she's not as well known, but once I looked her up, I was like, okay, I kind of know who you are. Her name's Jennifer Marshall. She's an actress known for her role as Susan Hargrove on Stranger Things.
I'm gonna have to real quick.
Yeah, right. I do too, but I love Stranger Things, so then I was like, okay, yeah. Now I know who you are. She served in the US Navy from when she was 17 years old until she was 22 years old.
Oh, okay.
And that is all I have.
Um, so I've been sewing a lot, right? I've been
Mhm.
sewing masks for Kyle, and I sewed quite a few extra ones so he can hand them out to his people at the fire department. And then I sewed myself one, and I had to use it to go to the commissary the other day, and I thought that it was the weirdest thing ever. I was like, how is this a real thing right now?
Yeah.
Um,
It's such a crazy world we live in right now. We're
yeah,
having to wear masks inside of a building.
yeah. And then you can't get hand sanitizer anywhere. You can't even get like hand soap right now.
Yeah.
And that's really frustrating because I said, well, I just want to wash my hands like a normal person.
Right.
Yeah. But it's I hope everyone's staying resilient because it's been hard.
Mhm. Yeah, I do hope everyone's doing okay out there cuz it is just a crazy time with all this uncertainty and yeah, things being sold out that you can't get normally and yeah, making masks, like who thought we would sew masks like this and
Yeah.
it just is it's just crazy what's going on and it can really get you down if you really let it get to you and I know I've been through my ups and downs these last few weeks and it's hard because you're like okay it's all right so it's just another week down but they're like oh it's okay we're gonna extend it longer
Yeah.
and longer and I'm like okay like
Yeah.
there's just doesn't seem to be an end and so that's where my brain is like hey this isn't fun anymore and I'm
I
like
know. That's the thing is like there doesn't seem to be an end, and it's like all these people that are in limbo right now, like yourself, waiting to PCS. Um, and us that I thought, oh my gosh, this is our last here in the UK. I want to plan a few trips. We've already had to cancel our biggest trip that we've ever planned in our
yeah
life, which was really heartbreaking. Um, and yeah, and it's like, when will this be over? And I can't, my children haven't left the house other than to like exercise and walk around the neighborhood, but like I can't take him to the playground. I can't wait, like anywhere. I was like, my
yeah
daughter wants to go to the hamburger store.
yeah you can't take them anywhere
Yeah, which hamburger store means she just wants to go to a restaurant. She calls it the
yeah
hamburger store.
me too
So
though me too
yes,
I would love to just go to a restaurant again
yeah, I know. I want to go and sit and have a burger and a beer somewhere and
mm-hmm.
talk to other people. Our neighbors were outside the other day, and she was like taking pictures of her baby, which by the way is so stinking cute. And I just want to be like, I want to touch that baby, but I can't touch that baby because that baby's not in my
yeah
family. And they
yeah
were, yeah, so they were sitting in their yard, and we were sitting in our yard, and we were chatting. We were like a good 20 feet apart, and we were just chatting, and I was like, is this real life right now? Like, this is how we have
yeah
to talk. Like, I can't even be like, hey, come over, let's have dinner, or you know how I am, like just always inviting people over, and it's like, can't come over, sorry,
yeah
can't come over.
I know. It's
Yeah.
been hard. Like, it's what we do every time we sit outside with the fire pit and stuff and we're sitting around. It's just like, oh, it would be so nice if we could have friends over right now and enjoy this together. Or,
Mhm.
like, we want to go to the park. Like, the weekend was amazing. It would have been the perfect time to go to the
Yes.
huge forest out here. But of
Yes.
course, like, we can't. And
I
we're like,
know.
ugh.
I know. And I think to myself, like, if the weather wasn't this beautiful, because it has been absolutely gorgeous in the 70s and sunny, it's like, if the weather wasn't this beautiful, would I still feel the way I do right now, or would it be worse because it's so gloomy outside?
I
So,
think it would be worse,
yeah, because then I couldn't go
honestly.
outside. At least I have the option to sit
Yep.
outside in my garden and,
Yes.
hang out there and watch the kids play.
Yes,
Um,
exactly. So I am grateful for that. I'm grateful we've had really nice weather and it's been warm enough to be able to enjoy it outside and
yeah.
have that opportunity to be outside in the back gardens and everything. So,
Yeah. I have gotten a lot of good things out of it, though. I know I complain about the bad things, but only because they're new to me, like these
Yeah.
feelings. But I've had really good times with my family. We've played games a lot. Just have spent time with the kids outside and indoors, hanging out with my husband. And he's just, I told him, I was like, I really like you. Like, surprisingly, I still like you
Hmm.
despite as much time as we spend together. But he's funny and he's always making me laugh, and we're just having a good time. And that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to get out of it. I told you we bought Twister. Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
And that was interesting. I was like, I'm not as flexible as I once was. Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, he says he didn't like it. You did really good.
Yeah, but it's painful position.
Yes. Yes, they are painful.
He chimes in with, I don't like it.
But that's good though too. So it's nice you guys have been able to really like connect together as a family and try new things, new games and stuff that you probably wouldn't do normally. We
Yeah.
buy new games, every now and then, but how like when do you really like sit down and think like, oh, let's play a game, let's do this, and we have all the time. Like, why not?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We've tried to take advantage of it, but mostly we've been outside a lot, and
Yeah.
that's really nice. And then I've been working out outside, which again, I am not pumped when I work out because I'm like, what for? I'm not teaching a class. Like, I'm not.
Hmm.
I'm only doing this for my own benefit. And it's like I'm not as excited anymore. So I really push myself. I try to, and I get through my workout, and then I'm so tired for the rest of the day. But I'm like, okay, at least I got it done. Like, I got something
Yeah.
good done.
Yeah. It's the little milestones. It is hard. It's so hard to, but it's the little things that you do that really do make you feel better.
Yeah. Like I said, they're new feelings, they're foreign feelings to me, feeling this way, this isolation and this loneliness, even though I have people around me, but it's like I don't have anybody else around me. I don't, it's like,
Right.
maybe I am an extrovert. Like, maybe I need more people around me. I need to see different faces. I need to engage in conversation.
Just every now and then would be,
Yeah.
it needs to be done. It just is good. I always feel better when I hang out with friends. So it's, it is hard not being able to do that or be around it as
Mm-hmm.
much. So it's
Right.
good. Our little podcast chats really do help me. It's like, it's been really nice to talk to another voice.
Yes, yes, yeah. This is very nice actually that we get to chat because we haven't talked in a while.
I
So,
know. And that's the thing. It's like, you have all this time now, without any real restrictions of anything. But I feel
mhm.
like the days and the weeks have gone by so much faster.
Yeah, I don't even know what day it is today.
I know. I've had a hard time this week keeping up on what day is what day.
Mm-hmm.
It is Wednesday right now, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my daughter was asking, she's like, when do I get to go back to school? And I was like, well, homeschool, you get start on Monday to actually physically
Hmm.
go back to your original school. I said, I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
nobody knows what's gonna happen.
No. I mean, they may get lucky because their school lasts for up until into July, that maybe there is a chance that they'll get to go back, but who
Yeah.
knows?
Just
We shall
wash your
see.
hands, people. Wash your
Yeah.
hands and stay home.
Yes.
Please, for the love of God, stay home.
Please.
Yeah.
Stay home and enjoy your podcast, like this great one you're listening to right now.
Yes, there are so many good podcasts to listen to. Do some reading, do some investigation. Look how many celebrities have joined the military or have served in the military. Look at
Yeah.
that. Thoughts
Find
that
a
we have.
find a cold case murder that intrigues you and see if you can figure out how to solve it.
Yes, that's what I was just telling you about. I was watching the Lacey Peterson murder story on, I think it was like an A&E special. There's so much to it. I have my opinion on it. I'll just leave it at that. There's so
Yeah.
much to it. When I was younger, I think I was maybe like 17 when she went missing, Lacey Peterson, and I'm from California, and I'm just an hour and a half of Modesto where it happened. And so I had short hair back then, and I have dark hair, and I have dimples. And so people would come in to the grocery store I worked at, and she was all over the tabloids at that point, and be like, "You look like that missing girl." I said, "Well, I'm not her. Don't call the police." I had a good handful of people be like, "You look like that missing girl." I'll be like, "I'm not her, I promise."
Yeah, like thank you, but
Yeah.
please don't
Like,
mistake me for her because that's not
yeah.
me.
I was like, "I'm glad you're keeping your eyes out for her, but I'm not her."
Yeah.
So this is, again, I was like 17 years old when this happened. So
Yeah.
it's a really cool story. It's an unfortunate story, as
It
all
is,
true
yeah.
crime is, but it's very interesting. So if anybody has time to look into that.
There you go. Something else to occupy your time while in quarantine.
Yeah.
While you stay home.
Yeah.
Stay home and stay healthy.
Kyle's like, "Oh, I want to pick up like a hobby or something." I was like, "Do you even have time for a hobby right now? Because like your phone is blowing up 24/7. Like from the moment he wakes up, honest to God, like it'll be like not even 7 and his phone starts. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Yesterday he was was it yesterday? Day before yesterday, he was getting ready to go to work, and it was like, I don't know, it was already like 6:15 or something, and I was like in the bathroom, and I heard his phone go off. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "You're gonna wake up the kids. Can't they wait till you walk into work?" I was like, "You're gonna be there in like 20 minutes. Oh, why? Like, I just want to drink my coffee in peace, and your noise is gonna wake up the children, the little curly one especially, who's so demanding."
Demanding of your time and everything.
Everything, just my time. She doesn't want me to have a life. She wants me to dedicate myself to her and only her.
Yes.
Right, Monkey?
Yes.
Yeah. He's over here like, yes, I agree. Yeah. This one's a little bit more chill. He's fine. He's like,
he can occupy himself.
Oh, yeah. He's like, "Just give me a green crayon. I'll draw you chameleons all day."
There you go. I hope your windows are full of chameleons.
No, we haven't put up a picture in a while. We should put a picture on the window for our friends. That's what my daughter likes to do. She's like, "Can we go count the teddy bears and the rainbows in the window?" Like, "Yeah, let's go." And then once we're out there, she just takes off on her scooter and she's lost.
Yeah.
The other day, she was turning a corner and she fell off her scooter, and she was kind of ahead of me. So I was like, "Oh no." And I ran to her. I was like, "Are you okay?" She was like crying, and I had a pear in my hand, and I let it go to help her, to console her, and I left it on the sidewalk. I didn't realize it until the next day when we went scooting again, and she's like, "There's your old pear." I was like, "Oh shoot."
Oops.
She's like, "There's your old pear." I was like, "Oh." I was like, "It was just a little knob that was left over." It's like, "But yes, I littered. Sorry."
It's for the earth, right?
It's still there. It was right on the sidewalk. Yeah.
It's for the birds.
It's for the
fine.
birds. Life is for
circle
the
of life
birds right now. Why aren't they keeping social distancing, these birds just flying around freely like nothing's happening? I was reading that like wildlife is taking over Yosemite National Park.
Good.
Yeah.
It really is amazing all the things that are happening now with like the less smog and clear airs and clear seas and more wildlife. It's quite fascinating.
Yes, I have an idea, and I want to write a letter to the Queen about it here in the UK. Fix the roads right now when people are not on them.
Yeah.
Fix those potholes.
For real. Like you could pave full roads right now, and it would be fine.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, it would be kind of great.
Yeah.
Do it now while there's hardly anyone out there.
For reals.
Yeah. Well, that was great.
Yeah, that's all I have today.
That was quite interesting, and like knowing and learning about different celebrities that had served time in the military too.
Yeah, pretty cool. Maybe our husbands will one day be celebrities.
Hey, you never know, right?
Yeah.
Especially your husband. He can be like on broadcast radio, or probably have his own TV show or something. Like,
it's funny because I have told him that before. It's like, I could see you doing like an interview show like Conan O'Brien or Jimmy Fallon, just because the stuff that comes out of his mouth, sometimes I'm like, what? It's funny.
Exactly. No, he would be perfect for it.
Yeah. At least he's funny to me. Do you think Daddy's funny?
And stinky.
And stinky. That's a given, right? Guess what? You're stinky too.
Yeah, we're all stinky. That's
Mhm.
okay, because we're all in our houses, so no one knows.
I just got done working out, so I'm pretty sure I'm very stinky. So,
I'll be doing that here shortly.
but you know what? I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care too.
I don't care. YOLO.
But that was great. I loved it.
Thanks, Jen.
You did awesome.
You did awesome.
I thank you.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to reach out and give us some info or some fun stories, how are you keeping busy? You can reach us at DEPENDAsplaining@gmail.com, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check us out on all your listening platforms. If you like us, subscribe and rate and
Yes.
let us know how we're doing, because your rates really do help us. So, and share with other
They keep
people.
us going.
Yes.
Keep us motivated.
Keep us going. Oh, shoot. I told you to be quiet over there. Didn't I tell you that? No comments from the peanut gallery. He's so weird. Anyways, yeah.
Yes. So yeah, reach at us, and we would like to hear from you. Keep us motivated on what we're doing and see what you're doing.
And Milso Muster, listen to us on Milso Muster. Check that app out.
Always new stuff. I mean, with the crazy times, things are kind of getting slowed down a little bit, but it is always going to be updated with new information.
Yep.
So get at us. Yeah.
You're doing great.
You are. You're doing amazing.
You're doing amazing.
You're here. You're alive. You're staying home.
Keep it going.
Can't do any better than that. Yeah.
Keep it going. Keep doing what you do. Wash your hands. Stay home. Call your loved ones. And please stay healthy. Yes. Please stay positive. Despite all my griping over here, I'm staying positive.
Yes.
Staying positive.
It's harder, but you can do it. I believe in you.
We love you guys, our listeners. And I miss my friend, Jen.
I miss my Veronica.
I wish we were in the same room again.
One day soon, for a little bit.
All right. Well, you guys, once again, please stay home and stay safe, stay healthy. Wherever you go,
there you are.
Bye bye.